the global leader in fitness entertainment, FitLocal TV.
Again, my name is Conley Miller. I'm the founder of FitLocal. I'm out here with Sonia today. What is your location?
It is 7460 Callahan Road,
Okay.
Suite 200 in San Antonio, Texas.
We like it, we like it, like it. All right, Sonia, just to kind of start off, we're going to do some just easy questions, big, easy questions. What are some of the biggest lies in the fitness industry?
I mean, honestly, I feel like one of the biggest ones is calories in, calories out.
Okay.
I really do, because in working in the industry for so many years, like I have worked with so many people with hormone issues, with a lot of different issues, and sometimes it's not all about the calories.
Oh, really?
I feel like a lot of it has to do with what your body responds to well, and then trying to figure out what's causing inflammation that actually helps people lose those pounds.
Yeah, because I notice a lot of times, a lot of guy trainers, for example, they'll prescribe what would work for like a male diet.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like that's not how it would affect females because of the hormone
Right.
difference and everything like that.
Right.
So you think it's pretty common for like people out there to kind of prescribe like chicken and rice and 3,000 calories or 2,000 calories, and that's not really how most people's bodies function.
Right. I mean, I just think there's a lot of other factors that you have to take into account than just the calories.
Right.
I mean, I think people respond differently to macros. You know, some people take carbs,
Yeah.
you know, more easily. Some people tend to be more sensitive to them. Some people, again, like does the same thing with the fat. But generally, you know, it's like the protein. A lot of people, you know, think that the protein is
the end all be all.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it really is figuring out that balance that works for the person.
It was funny. So we were just down the road. We were at another gym. That was Donnie I just interviewed, and he's just like, I asked him that one. He's like, carbs. I'm like, well, elaborate. He's like, carbs aren't the bad guy
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. That, I mean, that too. They aren't,
Yeah.
right? But typically, you know, most people just tend to overeat them, or they just don't really understand.
Or had too much processed foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of their carbo intake is starches and stuff like that, or if it comes from like, you know, canes or something like that.
Right.
It's not like the carbohydrate different from like a calorie from broccoli versus a calorie from rice or even French fries, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a moment that you can think about that had made you almost quit as a trainer?
You know what? I'm thankful that I have never had that feeling that I wanted to quit as a trainer. I feel like that I'm truly fulfilling my God-given purpose.
Good.
And so I've always felt aligned in what I'm doing. But I know over, you know, the last couple of years, dealing with a lot of taking care of my mom that has dementia.
Yeah.
And just having to like scale back for a while, and you kind of sometimes feel like, oh, am I losing my relevance? Like, you know,
Am I still on my game?
right?
Okay.
And so I found myself, you know, like questioning that, and I, you know, recently had to have my mom go live with my sister.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I have to focus on my business. And so I wasn't sure, you know, if it was going to be hard to get going again and really rebuild. And I'm a believer in power of prayer.
Yeah.
And I literally, you know, prayed, and bam, I mean, you know,
it happens.
it happened. So
I probably also, you know, I mean, you've been here for a while. We were talking a little off camera and stuff like that, and it touches like, I believe personally, like a lot of clients are like family.
right.
And so, like, you maybe even if you fall off, they can respect you just as much as if when they fall
Right.
off, right? And so sometimes they'll be like, hey, I know what's happening with your mom. I heard you're back in town.
Right.
I'd love to come back out and start.
Oh
training."
yeah, I mean, I have, you know, an open door policy here, and I have so many great relationships with my old clients that, I mean, literally within the January, I had 6 of my old clients that some of them I hadn't seen in years
Yep.
reach out. A few the end of last year that I hadn't trained in 10 years.
Yep.
And so
Hey, I wanna
they
come train
always
again.
know that, you know, they're welcome back.
Yep.
And building relationships is something that's very important to me, and giving good customer service. And so I'm thankful that, you know, those things are important, because they always know that they can come back. And
you always want a good exit.
yeah.
Yeah, I've ran into that. You know, I've met trainers like that where they get really sour, and, you know, how do you say, when they can't afford your services anymore, or, you know, sometimes they don't even want to train because they're going through their own baloney,
Yeah.
to say the least. You know, I've seen a lot of trainers throughout my career that treat their clients like really poorly.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, hey guys, like,
Right.
people, everyone goes through their own challenges and stuff
Right.
like that, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, I was talking to another one, Dave, I was over in Austin, and he was talking about, like, one of his clients, his transmission blew out. You think that was like, he doesn't like working with Dave anymore? No, like, he wants to work with Dave. His transmission blew out. He's not going to be able to afford Dave right now. It's just, you know, sadly, like, this is a luxury item.
Exactly.
For a lot of people, I don't believe it is. I think this is essential, because if you look at how things are going on outside when it comes to chronic illness and all these lifestyle, like basically people are really sick right now.
Right.
Like, this is kind of the purpose of this, because I want to share, like, hey, there's a lot of good people out here that are wanting to help and know where you've been at, you know, and can relate to you. Like, for me, I was really fat growing up. So I was a victim to bullying and stuff like that. So it was really hard. You know, I had a very self-hate image. And I had a really hard time with myself. And so when I work with people that are bigger than me, and I have, you know, I tell them a lot of the time, like, hey, I've been where you're at. And I know what it means to be where you're at. And I promise you, if you take my hand in this process, you will get out of this. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's what a lot of people need.
For sure. I mean, it's so, you know, so important, because again, it's, you know, it is an expense. And so you do want to make sure that, you know, you're hiring somebody that, you know, really can appreciate the expense that, you know, the client is putting into it as well. And, you know, I always try to create value in my packages. You know, that if you're doing personal training and you're doing a certain amount of personal training, well, you can do some of my classes. Or I'm always, you know, nutrition coaching, or this new group training program that I'm rolling out. You know, it's 2 privates, but then you get unlimited access to, you know, the 10 other classes that I offer here in the studio. And so it's like, how can we, you know, create value for the client so that they can, you know, get results and set them up for success? And
it's hard, you know, and especially right now, the spaces, like online spaces, become so competitive. Like, you know, this is what my professional opinion is. You know, like, when I've worked with, like, brands like Gym Launch and other things, you know, they're really expensive. Right. You know, but for the most part, like, it's really hard to, like, what I've noticed a lot is when everyone's running ads, it's kind of the same offer right now, right? It's like, hey, here's the personal training package, or, you know, first session's free, or come try a group fitness, and blah, blah, blah. Anything to get people in the door. And how I feel it is actually comes down to is, like, who am I working with? What makes you special? What's your niche? Like, what's your experience? What's your background, you know? Because it's so much of the online space is saturated with, like, online coaching and all these kind of things. To where it's now like, okay, like, TikTok's a prime example. I was talking about it with Donnie a little bit earlier. TikTok's a prime example of where creatives are going. Like, if you look at, like, say, for example, lifting content, people don't get the engagement that they used to. Like, I don't know if you ever watched, like, Larry Wheels or all these kind of, like, gym bros or, you know, gym girls throughout, like, back to last 2016, 2017 and everything like that, where they're picking up all these heavy weights, like Eddie Hall. You know, they were first, but everyone else after them, like, you could go see someone online deadlift 500 pounds or 800 pounds and be like, oh my God, that's impressive, right? Because we know what it takes to get to that level. But the majority of the rest of the content space, people don't appreciate, because it's been oversaturated the last couple of years and everything like that. So what we're noticing on, like, a marketing standpoint is, like, hey, you talking into the camera, hey, you sharing your personality, like, here, you're sharing your stories, like, hey, you know, I've been in the gym, I've been here helping my clients when my mom's going through dementia and we're having to take that transition in her life. People want to hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and, like, for me, I mean, that also becomes like, I am out there on social media. I share my stories all the time. I don't love getting and just talking into the camera. Okay. I mean, I'm the one that I'm like, you know, like videoing, and then I'm like stumbling over my words, but I can talk to you just fine on a camera, you know, so everybody's different. And, you know, I had to realize like, I'm just going to be authentic.
I will say this, when I first started talking into the camera, I felt like I was going crazy. I'm not kidding you. Like, I felt like I was like, I'm kind of insane. Like, I'm just talking to myself, but I can see myself talking to myself. So it's a whole nother level. Like yelling into the void, you know? And it's rough at first. So if you feel that way, trust me, like it gets better over time. And
so, you know, I just never allowed myself to have the time to, you know, just randomly be talking into the camera, right?
No, well, that's the thing is like a lot of trainers don't want to be content creators, right? Some of them just want to provide, hey, I just want to train clients. I just want to work, do my business and do my job, but businesses just evolve.
And you have to do some sort of it to stay relevant these days, and it's the best marketing tool that you can have, the cheapest marketing tool that you can have. So, you know, we've got to utilize that for sure.
Exactly. So a little bit more into like your background, right? So how did you start your fitness journey, and then how did you become a trainer?
Sure. So I've always been an athlete. I was a basketball player, ran track, cheerleading, and I went to college, decided, initially I thought I would be a basketball coach. But as I went through that journey and got closer to the end, I was like, I don't think that coaching and being in the school system is what I want to do. But I know that I have a passion for helping people, and I didn't want to go to med school. And so I ended up doing a internship with a hospital-based fitness and wellness center. And so we did, you know, section where I dealt with the cardiac rehab and the pulmonary rehab and, you know, the seniors, and then they had a women's unit, and I just saw the difference, you know, that made in them, and I really, you know, fell in love with that. And I needed to get my degree, and I had a double major in psychology, and I chose, okay, let me go ahead and, you know, get the kinesiology. And somebody told me about racquetball and fitness way back when, and it was just they hired me because I had a degree, and I was provided with so much education in those 4.5 years that I worked for them, and that before they sold to a bigger corporation. And I fell in love with it and saw the difference that it made in people's lives. And
so when when that company was sold, did you make the transition for working for yourself, or what happened?
So a few years in, when they started to do the transition, they had us go independent in the gym.
Oh, the sublease.
So I was paying the rent. And then when they got everything figured out, they tried to make us go back to being employees. And I was like, I don't think that that's going to happen. And I just wanted to be able to provide a service without the hammering of, you know, the sales quotas. You know, I mean, I'm competitive, so I was always in the top producers in the company. But I was just like, I just didn't like that pressure. And I wanted to be able to provide more in-depth on the nutrition side.
I tell a lot of new trainers I've met, like I just got done working at a corporate spot just not too long ago, and a lot of them don't like sales. And I get it, you know what I mean? You want to teach people your craft and your skill set and everything like that, but the reality is sadly, when you're not only just selling the service, you're selling yourself. You know what I mean? And I know it's hard, and a lot of people don't realize that about this industry, but it's just kind of like, whether you're starting off at a corporate space or you're kind of going off for yourself, you have to kind of always be selling yourself.
You do, but whenever you're in a gym and you're booked already and you still have to meet a sales quota.
That's crazy.
And so you're just trying to sell whenever you don't have time to sell.
Exactly.
I was like, no, I'm not about that.
That's greed.
So to me, it's like, okay, as a business owner, I am over here selling my time, and when my time is now limited, then how do I create something else that I can service more people but still give the quality?
Do you think about subleasing, or do you think about that, or where you want to?
You know, I mean, I have honestly a little here and there. It's just never worked because I do know that you have to sell and you have to bring in the clients.
Yep.
This is a private studio, so it's not like we have walk-in, a lot of walk-ins.
You don't have this large corporate funnel.
Right. So most of my business comes off of referrals from people, and then off of my social media and staying engaged. That way, clients that come back.
I call it the organic growth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's where most of mine comes from.
So then, what tour? When you no, let me pass that. We already kind of covered that. So when you first started coaching, what was a problem that you saw that you were called to solve? Like you was like, I see a lot of clients do this, or I want to help clients with this particular. Like, was a pain point that you saw, maybe something you could relate to?
Well, I think that again, they think that the results should come quickly, and so we try to do so much on the front end that it's just not sustainable.
Nope.
And so to me, it's like, how do we create a sustainable lifestyle change, because that's what's going to keep the results. Year after year. I mean, I have clients that have lost a lot of weight and have maintained the weight loss or progressed continually. But it's them having to adopt to the lifestyle and not just seeing it as this quick fix, and I'm only going to do this for this short amount of time. And whether they decide to train with me, I have clients that have been with me for 20 years. Yes, I have lots of them that have been with me 15, 10 years, but they know that I'm going to keep them accountable.
Right.
And keep them on track. And so, and I always tell them, like, hey, we all have life that happens, right? But how you get back on the wagon, that's, you just keep going. You're gonna progress, and then you may take a little bit steps back when something happens.
Health is like a stock sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got these highs, you're locked in, you're shredded, or you're reaching your goals, and then sometimes, like family members die, baby mama drama, or something like that, and life happens to you,
right.
But it's about, getting back up half the time.
And then, just them knowing that, they have somebody that's going to keep them in check and keep them in line so that they don't fall through the cracks, and then end back up after investing all of the time and money that they have where they were before.
It's always, I tell my clients all the time too, it's like, hey, if there's anything you take away from me, because sometimes I might not always be there, or sometimes like you might move and find a new job, or all these things, is that it's easier to get it and keep it than lose it and get it back.
Exactly.
Yep. Like you put all this energy, you get all this momentum, boom, 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 and you fall off.
Yep.
And it takes just as much time to get halfway through there, or more energy and all that kind of stuff, just to reach where you're already at, Because sometimes, maybe you can't hit 5 times a week. Can you get 3? Can you get 2?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's the other thing, is just meeting that person where they are, because, the whole, bodybuilder lifestyle does not fit most people's life. So it's like, okay, what can we do so that you can still see results?
Right.
If you only have a few days a week, if you have, nutrition, like you've got a husband and kids, and, it's hard to do if they don't want to eat like that, then, how do we make it where you can eat like that and they can eat like that and get results? Like, it doesn't have to be just chicken and rice.
Yeah, that's true.
So
what was the hardest part about becoming a trainer? Was it money, clients, self-doubt?
I'm like, honestly, I mean,
so easy. You're just natural.
I mean, I just was like, what do I have to lose? Like, they hired me, and I was like, well, let's see how it goes.
Okay.
And
so it was different back then. Did you notice it was busier or slower, or it's kind of stayed the same because you've been in the industry a little longer than most people?
I mean, I've been in the industry since 2000. So what, 26 years I've been a trainer. Yes.
You ain't that old. You look great.
Yes. Well, I just turned 50. So
no
yes.
bullshit.
Yes.
I didn't believe that.
But
you look great.
You do look attest. Like, thank you.
Like,
thank you so much.
Really good. So
thank you.
I hope to look like you when I'm 50.
Oh, thank you. Well, I just attest it to just really adopting the lifestyle and sticking with it. And, you know, I've had lots of things happen over my life, and, you know,
lying.
I am.
I'm looking at
December 29th, 1975.
I would have put you at a solid 40.
No, well,
Well,
I'll take it, but, you know. But I was like, I probably earned the 50, but at least I can be like, if you train with me.
Yep. I'm serious.
And it goes to show you that if you take care of yourself, it takes years off your life. So
I always say there's a quote I've said a couple of times is that I don't remember who said it, but everyone works their whole life trading their health for wealth, just at the end of their life trading all their wealth for their health.
That is true.
Yep. This is health. This is wealth. It is wealth and health. Like fitness is the wealth of your body.
Right.
You know.
Right. And the other thing too is that, you know, whenever I first started training, I decided to get into doing some fitness competitions, figure, bikini, and those things. And I had never really put my mind to something, and all of my energy and everything into getting on stage, and it really was a key for unlocking my potential as a business owner, because I thought, if I can do that and it wasn't like I had a lot to lose when I originally started, because, you know, I haven't ever truly been overweight. I had a period of time where I was really inflamed before I figured out that I had some autoimmune issues. Okay. And so I was heavier, and I was working so hard. So I can understand, you know, from a person who was really, really lean and just, you know, became really, really inflamed, and what that feels like to feel swollen and bloated and all those things. But my point is that whenever I started competing and I really took the journey into really changing my fitness game, I mean, it unlocked the potential to, I mean, I thought I can do anything. Yeah. You know, the discipline, you know, the drive, all of those things, it really took me to another level.
So, lessons from clients. What has working with clients taught you about people?
This one is very easy. In fact, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, is that everybody is different, and you have to be able to really work with each person, you know, meet them where they are, and even communication styles. You know, some people, you know, need more cheerleader, and some people, you know, can take it like, you know, take it like it is. Some people, cheerleader is not for them. But talking, you know, even verbiage just is a lot of times different depending on the client, and I think that's one of the things too that's made me successful, is because I really do try to listen,
individualize,
and individualize.
I like that. So what should someone look for in a trainer beyond certification, and what is a red flag?
I mean, if they're putting you on a super restrictive diet, I mean, I think that's a red flag. I think that people should look beyond, you said certification, experience. And again, do they model what they're preaching? What they're trying to make you do, are they modeling it
Are
themselves?
They participating? Have they anecdotally or like?
Right.
Or model? What do you mean by model? I guess is my question actually.
So do they practice what they preach?
Yeah.
Do they live by? Do they set an example?
Exactly.
You know.
Because you are the example.
Right.
They're gonna follow and listen to you. It's like monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I'm like, you know, again, being 50, you know, it's like I definitely have, been through a lot in, all the phases of life as a trainer. I've trained for 26 years. So yeah,
So the official title is Muscle Mommy Sonia.
without the two-legged children. I've got the four-legged ones, but not the.
All right, closing remarks.
Sure.
If I do my job right and my clients walk away with more than just fitness, they walk away with blank.
If I do more than my job.
One more time. If I
Yes.
do my job right, my clients walk away with more than just fitness, they walk away with blank.
Confidence.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm able to teach them the tools to set them up for success so that they can walk away and be confident in the gym, or when they walk into a restaurant, or when they go to the grocery store, or when they go for that job interview, or they go on that date. So those are the things that really make this worthwhile.
I know exactly what you mean. I always say I call them my little monsters. I make these little monsters, and I go release them onto the world, and they go conquer their jobs and go conquer their loved ones and make the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, one of the other things that I do is, I've started teaching dance.
Okay, cool.
So I don't know if you've seen that on my socials, but dance is another one of my passions, and I've taught some dance fitness stuff and do some choreography, but I've started working mostly with men on dancing.
Wow.
And
I might need to come get some lessons then.
And the cool thing is that the confidence that they have when they go back
using their hips.
So I'm teaching country dancing.
Okay.
No
salsa?
So yeah, the salsa, I'll leave that to somebody else, but I could do basic steps of those, but I'm more of the country dancer.
Okay.
And it's just fun because I'll go, like one of my clients goes dancing a lot, and he's like, always like, he'll go ask the younger girls to dance and they won't dance with him. Yeah. And then he'll like dance with me. Yeah. And then the girls will kind of be like, okay, I'll dance with you now. But the fact that he's got the confidence to go ask them and then be like, okay, I'll show you.
Yeah. I love that.
That's fun.
No, that's good stories.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, hey, come check out Sonia. Where is your business located? Where can the people find you?
Yes.
How can they reach you?
So I am in San Antonio, Texas, near the Medical Center.
Medical Center?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 7460 Callahan Road, Suite 200. Okay. You can contact my office cell phone, which text or call 210-348-2990. You can find me on Instagram at Sonia, Sonya, Renee, Renea, FitLife.
Yep.
Or at You-nique Physique. Yep. Which is YOUNIQUE.
Cool.
So,
hey, I appreciate you to let us come out here and do this.
Yeah,
it means
for sure.
A lot. I really liked your stories.
Thank you.
Your insight into the training industry.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
It was so nice to meet you.
We interrupt this special broadcast for an important announcement. We at FitLocal TV value our viewers greatly. However, over 93% of our audience is not subscribed. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and comment your thoughts down below. It goes far, and we appreciate the continued support. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming on FitLocal TV.
All right.
Okay.
We can use
boom,
this
boom,
as
boom.
Okay.
Okay. So what are these? What are these for?
So these gliders, they're sliders. So they are a great tool that you can utilize your core. You can use it all different exercises really, but we're going to do a core exercise today.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get on your knees.
Okay.
All right. So this would be like if you're doing the roll out type of exercise. So you're going to get on your knees, hands on the gliders. You're going to keep your feet on the ground.
Okay.
You're going to push out So you want to keep your arms in front of you,
Okay.
and you want to bring your hips forward.
Woo,
Okay.
spicy.
And then we're gonna pull back.
Oh Lord.
Using your core.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All
I
right.
think I got this. Listen, I did some core this morning. You know, want to get some toes to bar and oh Lord.
So push all the way out.
Oh.
Now push up. Ooh. Use that core. Use your core. Use your core. Yep.
All these muscles for nothing. Come on.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Oh Lord. Is that better?
Yep. Nope. Looks good.
One
Looks
more.
good. You gonna do one more?
One more for the gram. Come on.
All right.
All right. All right, y'all.
Good job. Good job.
You need to come check out Sonia. She got me. That got me good.
Right.
I need to do more core.
Yeah.
She's a great coach. I love her vibe. She's really welcoming. You guys need to come see her. She's, again, over here in the Medical District of San Antonio.
Yes.
How can they find you one more time?
It is 7460 Callahan Road, Suite 200.
Okay.
Or Sonia Renee Fit Life.
Yep.
You-nique Physique on Instagram.
All right.
Yep.
Go check her out, y'all. She's great. Bam.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and follow us. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and comment your thoughts down below. It goes far, and we appreciate the continued support. Check out these other videos too. And don't forget to subscribe.